You are not here by accident. It wasn't the algorithm, it wasn't boredom, it wasn't random curiosity. Stop for a moment and listen to what I'm about to tell you, because the last 3 days of your life confirm this. There has been a silent restlessness that didn't go away with distraction, with sleep, or with that endless scrolling on your phone. There was a thought that returned 3, 4, 5 times, always in the same place, always pointing toward the same postponed decision. There was a strange sensation, as if something were approaching, an invisible threshold, a frontier you cannot see, but that your body has already perceived. If you are recognizing this as you listen, it is because your field is already vibrating within the energetic window that opens on June 29th with the rose moon. You did not stumble upon this video. You were positioned into it, and in the next few minutes, I am going to explain exactly why. The full moon on June 29th is not just another pretty event on the astrological calendar for you to post on your stories. It is a detonator, and humanity will split into 2 groups when faced with it. The sleeping majority will feel this energy rising in their chests. They will feel the strange fatigue, the irritability for no reason, the sudden urge to cry, the impulse to send a message to someone they shouldn't, and they will call it PMS, stress, a bad day, a restless night. This majority will walk through the entire window without realizing they were inside it, and when the portal closes, they will remain exactly where they were, with the same complaints, the same stuck relationships, the same life-draining jobs, the same shelved dreams. The window will close for them because they never knew it was open. You belong to the other group, the minority that has the internal infrastructure to recognize a portal when it appears. And that is why this transmission reached you exactly now and not a week from now when it would be too late. Let's de-romanticize this once and for all. A portal is not a pretty astronomical event. A portal is not a golden light descending from the sky to bless you. A portal is the exact point where the cost of remaining trapped in your current life becomes greater than the terror of taking the next step. That's it. That is all it is. And the full moon in Capricorn on the 29th is precisely the cosmic instrument that will raise this cost to a level where ignoring it is no longer an option. Capricorn does not play games. Capricorn illuminates goals, illuminates work, illuminates responsibilities, illuminates results. And when the moon enters full in this sign, it shines a direct lantern on what you have been tolerating out of obligation, what you have been sustaining out of fear, what you have been putting off because you thought you still had time. Starting June 29th, you no longer have the luxury of procrastination. The question is no longer, when will I do it, but rather, how much longer can I endure this before doing it? And this question does not come as a spiritual whisper. It comes as a physical pressure in the chest, as stubborn insomnia, as a conversation you can no longer avoid. The sky is not asking you. The sky is pushing you. And this is where the first hard truth must be told. Your life today, exactly as it is not the result of bad luck. It is not the result of envy. It is not the result of circumstances greater than you. Your life today is the mathematical result of the choices you repeated, the limits you silently accepted, the decisions you pushed to next week, next month, next year. The full moon in Capricorn will show you this equation with a clarity that may hurt at first. You will look at your work and see how many times you kept silent. You will look at a relationship and see how many times you pretended everything was fine to avoid friction. You will look at your body and see how many times you promised to take care of it and put it off until later. This is not punishment. This is information. And whoever understands this difference leaves the place of victim and enters the place of architect. Because if it was your patterns that built this reality, it is your patterns that can build another. Guilt paralyzes you. Clarity moves you. And this moon came to bring clarity, not guilt. But I need to warn you about one thing. Knowing is not enough. How many videos like this one have you watched in the last 2 years? Over how many insights have you cried in the shower, only to return the next morning to the same routine that was killing you inside? Spiritual information without practical structure becomes another weight on your conscience, because now you know what needs to change, and you still don't change it. That is why I prepared Magia em 28 exercícios. As 28 chaves do despertar for you, It is not just another course. It is not just another pretty theory. It is a 28-day path, a full lunar cycle, designed specifically for people who feel lost, overwhelmed, or too different to fit into generic formulas. Each key is a practical exercise that transforms your restlessness into language, your shadow into clarity, and the signs you have been receiving into concrete decisions. This rose moon window was not meant to be wasted on more reflection without action. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. Comment the word Desperto below if you recognize that this is your time, because your comment is the first act of commitment to the version of you that will exist on the other side of this month. Now breathe, because the next truth is different. There is a part of you that has been begging for an answer, that has been asking for a sign that everything you went through in the last few months was not in vain. That has been wondering if this feeling of pause, of stagnation, of walking in circles was a punishment or a preparation. I want to tell you with all possible honesty, not every delay is abandonment. Not every pause is punishment. Some of the most painful weights of your life were in reality the universe organizing pieces that you couldn't see from above. The conversations that didn't happen, the doors that seemed closed, the opportunities you swore had passed, many of them were just delayed for the right time to reach you without breaking you. If you had received that thing you wanted so much 6 months, a year, or 2 years ago, you wouldn't have the internal structure you have today to sustain that thing. Life didn't deny you, life spared you. Life spared. And that is why this moon rewards those who stayed firm without applause, those who maintained coherence even when the external result was zero, those who kept working on their own reconstruction while the entire Instagram feed seemed to be prospering effortlessly. The people who will receive the most starting June 29th are precisely those who were tested the most in silence. You will start to notice that situations that seemed completely stalled will start to move. An unexpected message will arrive from someone you had already given up on. A conversation will arise in an unlikely place that will give you a key you had been looking for months. You will have an insight in the middle of a mundane task that will reorganize your entire direction. It won't look spectacular. It will look simple, almost common. But that is exactly how the heavens operate when they honor those who were patient. No fireworks, just pieces fitting together at the exact moment. Then the second movement of this window begins, and it is violent in a different way. On that same day, June 29th, Mars enters Gemini. And Mars in Gemini is like releasing a horse inside your mind. Suddenly, thoughts start racing. Ideas start piling one on top of the other. The desire to resolve everything at once becomes almost uncontrollable. You will want to send messages, you will want to have that difficult conversation, you will want to start 3 projects on the same day, you will want answers, immediate to issues that have been brewing for months. This energy is powerful, but it is a double-edged sword. Used with awareness, it is the speed that pulls you out of paralysis, the momentum that makes you finally hit send, the mental courage that makes you say what was stuck in your throat. Used without awareness, it turns into pure anxiety, turns into hasty words, turns into arguments you didn't need to have, turns into impulsive decisions you will have to fix later. The difference between the two uses is only one. It is your ability to sit with the impulse before reacting to it. It is your discipline to transform agitation into strategy. And here I need to interrupt you quickly, because I know what is happening on your side of the screen. You are feeling the squeeze. You are recognizing each of these descriptions, and somewhere in your chest, that familiar feeling is growing, of wanting to do something concrete before this window closes. The 28 Chaves du Despertar were designed exactly for this moment. Access is in the first pinned comment. Do not let Martem Gemios turn into just another burst of motivation that evaporates in 3 days. Use the structure. Comment dentro if you have already made the decision. Back to this month's map, because you need to see the whole design. Along with Marte accelerating thoughts, Mercurio goes retrograde in Cancer, and if you think retrograde is an excuse for missing flights and burning bread, you haven't understood absolutely anything about what these cycles do. Mercurio retrogrado in Cancer opens a door to the past, but not for you to stare at the past with longing. Rather, for you to specifically revisit what was left unfinished within your affective core. Memories of your childhood will start to appear without warning. Old family bonds will start to pulse within your chest. That conversation you never had with your mother, with your father, with your brother, with that friend who disappeared without explanation, it will start to weigh on you. That phrase someone said to you at age 12, and which silently shaped how you relate to others to this day, it will appear with frightening clarity. What still hurts will ask to be voiced. What you pretended didn't matter will demand that you acknowledge it did matter. Yes, this is not regression. This is necessary revision. The sky is not throwing you backward. The sky is giving you one last opportunity to close cycles that will sabotage your next phase if you carry them on your back. Which effective patterns are you still repeating from the house where you grew up? Who are you still trying to please, even knowing that this person will never offer you what you need? In which relationship are you still asking for permission to exist? Mercurio retrogrado in Cancer will place all these questions in front of you, and your task is not to answer with the mind. It is to answer with concrete decisions. A conversation you have been putting off for 5 years can be had in 5 minutes during this month, and it can reorganize your entire timeline, but only if you have the courage. And courage is what takes us straight to the next layer of this window, perhaps the most delicate of all. The Lua Chea in Capricornio, combined with Mercurio in Cancer, will expose a fear that most people didn't even know they had. It is not the fear of failing. Everyone has already failed. It is the fear of being truly seen. It is the fear of taking off the mask you built since you were a child to be accepted, to not cause trouble, to not be too much, to not bother anyone. It is the fear of showing what you really want, because showing it means running the risk of not getting it. It is the fear of publicly assuming your desires, because assuming them means that now you have to go after them. This window will create small opportunities, almost imperceptible for you to say a sentence more truthful than usual, for you to show a capability you had been hiding, for you to stop playing the likable version that pleases everyone and start letting the real version show through. With edges, with opinions, with volume. Most will run from these opportunities. They will sense the invitation. They will feel their heart race at the chance, and they will retreat to the comfortable place of hesitation. They will say, "I'm not ready yet. I need more time. When I'm more prepared, I'll speak." But you need to understand one thing. You will never be ready in the way your mind is demanding. Readiness is not a state that arrives before the action. Readiness is what is built inside you after you take the step. The ground appears after you step on it, never before. And while you are waiting to feel prepared to occupy your place, other people, with less talent and less depth than you, are occupying the spaces that were meant to be yours. Not because they deserved more, because they were willing to be seen before they felt ready. This is your last opportunity within this broadcast to make a real decision. Everything I have told you up to this point will turn to dust if you close this video, think it's nice, and do nothing. The 28 keys of awakening are the structure that transforms this window into concrete transformation. Each day an exercise. Each exercise a layer of the mask that falls. Each layer that falls, a portion of your real life that returns to your control. The cycle is 28 days precisely because it follows the moon, and starting in this window means going through this turning point with a hand guiding every step. The link is in the first pinned comment. There is no next month like this one. Comment EU me assumo if you are ready to stop hiding, because your comment here is an energetic marking for the universe that you will no longer sustain the version that fit into others. And for you who are here, who endured until this point in the broadcast, I need to tell you about the final movement of this window, because it completely changes the meaning of everything that came before. On June 30th, one day after the full moon, Jupiter enters Leo. Jupiter is the planet of expansion. It is the planet that opens paths, that multiplies opportunities, that amplifies everything it touches. And Leo is the sign of authentic expression, of creativity that asks for no permission, of natural leadership, of the courage to shine without apologizing. Jupiter in Leo means that everything that this full moon set on fire inside you gains, the very next day, an open field to manifest in a way greater than you imagined possible. This entire sequence ceases to be just about ending an old life. It becomes about building a truer expression for the coming months. The practical decisions you make in this window, the conversations you have, the masks you let drop, the limits you impose, all of this becomes fuel for a phase of personal expansion that can literally rewrite the next 2 years of your life. The difference between those who will ride this wave and those who will watch it pass by is only one thing. It is those who decided to do the internal work during the window, and those who waited for the universe to deliver it ready-made. The universe does not deliver it ready-made. The universe delivers the terrain. Building it is up to you. And that is exactly why this video cannot end here for you. Everything you have heard until now was the preparation, the full revelation of what this means for your new life, of what changes in your work, in your relationships, in your practical spirituality from the entry of Jupiter into Leo, is in the next video that appears now on your screen. The first 60 seconds of it will show you the exact coordinate missing from your map. Click on it as soon as this one ends, because the sequence was put together to be watched in order. And missing the next one is missing the entire context of what this month means. And if you are not subscribed to the channel, I need to be direct. You are receiving loose pieces of a much larger map. Each video here is a coordinate within an annual cartography of energy windows, portals, and the cycles that are shaping this moment for humanity. Those who watch without subscribing receive fragments. Those who subscribe receive the sequence, and the sequence is what separates those who understand what is happening from those who only feel it without naming it. Turn on the bell notifications, because the next videos will show exactly what happens after this window, and you won't want to find out late. Before you go, do one last thing. Write in the comments the word or phrase that weighed most heavily within you during this broadcast. It can be just one word. It can be a decision. It can be a name. It can be a date. This comment is not for me. It is for you. It is the physical record in words that on this day, at this hour, you recognized the invitation. When the month of July ends, you will return here. You will reread what you wrote, and you will know exactly at what point in your life you began to stop running. The rose moon does not come to fetch you. It comes to confront you. And those who accept the confrontation emerge on the other side with a life that finally resembles the truth that has always been there, waiting for you to have the courage to inhabit it. The portal has already begun. The decision is yours.